Hi everyone, Jem here and welcome to my creative space. We're on day 28 of Kerry Griffiths Jelly Postcard Play Challenge and it's Sunday, so hope you're having a great weekend. Now I've pulled out this postcard today and this is actually a wet wipe that I have used to clean something or other up, and I've dried it out and I've stuck it on a postcard. I'm not a massive fan of wet wipes, I have to say, just because they're not very environmentally friendly, but if I can reuse them like this, I don't mind too much, and there are occasions when they're useful, just because I don't have access to water in my creative space. So that's what we're going to use today, and my inspiration today comes from this headline which came out of a magazine. It's Threads of Aroha. Now aroha is the Maori word for love, so this is Threads of Love, and I've pulled out some hearts, as you can see here. Now these are created using exactly the same technique as the butterflies on which I showed you on day 15, and this is a technique learnt from Kerry Griffiths, Kerry the Crafter, and I'll try and put a link to his original video below where he makes these butterflies. Basically you pull out your old gel prints or patterned paper, emboss using your stamp and your embossing powder. You stamp onto the paper and then fussy cut it out. So I've done the butterflies for day 15, and when I was doing them I also did a whole load of hearts, as you can see here. Now not all of these have been completely cut out yet, so I've pulled them all out. I'm going to see which colours work, and I'm thinking I might get my sewing machine out today. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, I've been playing around with these. Decided I haven't really got quite the colours that I want, so I've pulled out some bits of gel print and brayer off sheets that have got more of a yellowy colour in them, and I found my original stamp, and I'm actually going to create a few more just to play around with the idea that I have in my head. So I'll create a few more of these, cut them out, and come back. Alright folks, so I fussy cut all those out, and I'm going to have a play around with those on here. As you can see, I've got my sewing machine out. What I'm going to do before I do anything else, I'm actually just going to check this postcard because, I don't know, it doesn't look quite square to me. So I'm going to check that, and then I'm going to stitch around the edge of it. So once I've done that, I'll come back and show you what I've done, and then I'll look at what I'm going to do with these. Okay, there we go. So I've I checked the dimensions of the card and just straightened it up. Now what I've also done is, because it's on a white card base, I inked just around the edge just to take the white off, and then I've used my machine and I've run a zigzag stitch all around the edge. One of my other reasons for thinking that might be a good idea was just to make sure that this fabric wipe stayed attached to the card. Okay, my idea, I think, is to throw these on fairly randomly and run a machine stitch through them all to hold them down, playing on this threads of love, threads of aroha. So it's pretty difficult to film my machine, but I'll come back in a minute and show you what I've done. Having thought about that a little more, I think what I'm going to do is use a little bit of my matte gel medium here just to hold things down roughly where I want them, and then I'm going to stitch over them. And I have a machine that does a few different embroidery type patterns, so I might choose to use one of those and add a bit of other interest, extra interest when I'm stitching. But I sort of want to play on this this idea of threads of love with the machine, with the Okay, so as you can see, I've done one pass over it. I wonder whether the stitch I chose was a bit too complex. I don't know. I think it needs a little bit more just here, and maybe here. So I'm going to do a little bit more and I'll come back. So there we are. I've added some extra stitching. What's happened in a couple of places is that the stitching has taken off the embossing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and just try and stick everything down that isn't stuck down, and I'm going to get my Posca pen and just fill in some of those bits where you can see there, look, the embossing has chipped off where the sewing machine's gone over it. So I'm going to do those repairs and see how we go. Right, can't find my black Posca pen anywhere. So got a couple of options. I've got a calligraphy pen here, and I've got an alcohol marker. So we'll have a try with those and see what happens. I'm going to go around first and just stick any bits down that are up like that. Now I don't know whether this matte gel medium is the best thing for this. They sort of, some are sticking and some don't seem to be, so, but I think it'll be okay once it's dry. So we'll just tuck a few of those corners down like that, and then I'll go round with my pens. Okay everybody, here's our finished card for Sunday the 28th of July. Did it go quite as I'd envisaged? No. Did I try something different? Yes. And hey look, that's what it's all about. I think if I was to do this again, I would perhaps use a straight stitch rather than embroidery, or maybe not go over parts of prints that had been embossed. But hey, we live and learn. That's what it's all about, experimenting and having fun. So right now, aroha nui to you all. Have a lovely Sunday, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Ka kite anō.